Hello everyone, this is Marco and I'm just gonna make a quick tutorial slash tips about GoPros, and I have a bunch of friends that are going to the ITWs all over the world for Hopeport. So some of them have GoPros and they've been asking me for tips, and here it is. The first one is the batteries. You might want to make sure you do want to make sure you have extra ones with a higher rating. See the 1050 mAh and 1600 mAh. This one is bigger. It holds about at least 30 minutes more of a charge. The normal one gives you about an hour and a half, so this one should give you about 2 hours of usage. And I also got this online, this charger. It takes away a lot of the wear and tear. Instead of charging the batteries here on the GoPro, I can have an extra one here charging, and then I can have one in the GoPro at all times so that I don't miss the action. I also got this right here. It's a little shell that you can mount in any of the attachments, and it gives you the perfect sound, especially if you're just around people, if you're not doing anything crazy. You just want to keep it protected just in case it falls. Also, I'm not too crazy about selfie sticks, but this will help you as a grip, or you can use it as a mini tripod and you can pretty much mount it anywhere. I also have a neodymium magnet that goes and stays. It can stay in a car while it's running, but I don't use that a lot unless I'm doing a car shot or something. But I believe this is the perfect setup if you're going if you're fellowshipping. Most of my videos I shoot them like this, and the camera of choice is my GoPro because it's so small, so versatile. You don't have to worry about carrying the whole thing. When you don't have the protective case, the waterproof case, and you have this instead, if you get your hands on one, I paid like 20 bucks for this one online. I think the original one is probably somewhere around 40. It's usually twice the price, I don't know. So now these I couldn't find a different brand, but this will protect your lens. It's very useful. It does not degrade quality or anything, but it just keeps my lenses from scratches, dust, etc. Alright, now let's go into the settings. I'm moving really fast because I hate videos that are super long. You push this button once and it turns on. You hold this button for 3 seconds. Your camera is off for those who don't know how to operate it. This is your Wi-Fi button. Now let's just scroll through the settings. Now that it's on, that's your video. The video setting I currently have it on is 720/60 is the one I recommend. Picture mode, I don't recommend this mode unless you're perfectly still because your pictures will be blurry. I recommend this mode. It takes a burst shot, 30 pictures in 3 seconds. They will be clear. There will be like half of them are going to be blurry, but you will get a good shot with that. This is for time lapse. Honestly, don't use my GoPro for time lapses anymore because iPhones are actually better. Especially the iPhone 5 and the iPhone 6 are way better for time lapses, and you don't have to worry about editing. You just do the time lapse on your phone and they come out pretty good. I'll do another video about that. Now on your settings, here you're gonna change the resolution. You have, depending on the GoPro that you have, it goes from better quality. Here, let me focus a little bit. It goes from better to lower. Alright, maybe that'll work. 4K, we're not gonna worry about that. 2.7K, that's twice HD resolution. 1440, you can do 1080 super, or which is wider. 1080 is just your regular HD flat screen size. 960 is a square, which we're not gonna use that. 720 super looks too much fish-eyed, so I suggest using the 720 setting. And then the frame rate, I do 60 frames per second, because if you do 120 it will eat up most of the battery, so you want to leave it there. And make sure that it's set on how wide you want it, wide, medium, or narrow. The narrower you go, this is the normal one. Then if you go like this, you're gonna get about this much of the screen, and if you go narrow, you're pretty much gonna get like a little square. So you wanna do wide, and then when you edit the video you can just zoom in on whatever you trying to get. Now if you're gonna be moving a lot, this is for slow motion, 60 frames per second. But if you want to, if you can't hold the camera steady, or if a friend is gonna be holding it for you, I suggest that you use the 1080 and move it all the way down to 24 frames per second, because that's basically your cinematic quality. And for people who shake a lot, or if you don't have a lot of experience holding a camera, I'm gonna do another video on that. And then the other settings, you pretty much don't really have to worry about. This is for your picture quality, 12 megapixels. You want to leave it on that. Or if you have the silver edition, this is a black, so this is up to 12 megapixels. The silver, it's about 5, I believe, or something like that, or 8. It's lower, but it's still pretty good. So don't feel bad if you bought a $200 GoPro instead of a $400 one. Time lapse, I have it on 5 seconds, which, like I said, I don't use it anymore. Now on capture settings, this is if you're gonna be recording like this, or if you're gonna have your camera upside down. I never use that. I think it's like some kind of autofocus. I haven't really looked into it, so I never use it. It just eats up more of the battery. For this setting, it's pretty cool, because if you don't want to worry about taking pictures, if you turn this on, it's going to record video, but it's also going to take a photo every 5 seconds, every 10 seconds, every 30. I used to do that, but then again, it's a lot of pictures and videos to go through, so let's not worry about that for now. This one is if you have a smaller SD card, which I don't have mine here right now, and if you use it as a dash cam and you just want it to be looping, you probably won't, so don't worry about that. Pro Tune, this finely tunes your image when you're recording. Let's say you're going outside, you have your natural light, it looks great, which is perfect for the GoPro, because you can't change the settings or anything. If you have it off, it's pretty much you're gonna be outside, you're not gonna worry about lighting. But if you want to turn the Pro Tune on, that means that when you go inside, the camera light settings are gonna change to where the darks look clearer, and things that are overexposed, like light coming through a window, it looks clearer too. But the problem is it uses more memory and it uses more battery too. So unless you're gonna be going in and out, if you're gonna be outside the whole time, I suggest you keep it off, save battery, and that should be it. Now you can use a Wi-Fi controller, but that kills the battery. Now a cool thing to do is to, oh yeah, don't do that, that's to delete all your stuff that you have to format a camera, or if you get to format your SD card. If you get a new SD card, you want to make sure you format it. So now let's turn on the Wi-Fi and let's hook it up to an iPhone, or if you have an Android, I'm sorry. So now the Wi-Fi is on, but you have to go to your Wi-Fi settings, and instead of connecting to whatever Wi-Fi you're on, I already have mine named and everything, so it's good to go. But there's a little menu where you set it up so that only you can access it, or whoever you want to access it, they'll have access to your camera. There it is. So now let's see. Push the button again. It's the GoPro app. Sometimes it's a little tricky. There you go. Now you can see me. Hi. It's got a little delay, but from here you can start the camera, you can stop it, you can change the mode, you can change the settings from here, which is a lot easier. Let's see, I'm gonna change it back to where I usually have it on 720 at 60 frames per second, just in case I catch some action and I want to slow it down. That's your setting. That's the only difference. 720, you can go to 60 or 120, but if you have any questions, just let me know and I'll explain that more. Oh, and the low light mode, if you're gonna be shooting after sunset, this is very helpful, but it might get a little grainy, so it's up to you depending on what kind of quality you want. All your settings are here. You can change it if you don't know where it is in your bag or something. You can just push this and it's gonna start beeping and it's gonna start flashing so that you can find the camera. I've never used this feature because you have to keep the Wi-Fi on. Now you gotta watch it because this will eat up your battery, so you might wanna, after you're done using the Wi-Fi or whatever, you want to turn it off. Just hold it for 3 seconds and it'll go off. But what I wanted to show you is when you have recorded something with the camera, you can go to this menu right here, and all the photos and all the videos that you have shot, they will be in this little pop-up menu, and you can save them from there to your phone straight without having to use a computer. But anyway, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and leave a comment. If you have any more questions, please let me know. See you later.